What's up YouTube, I'm Xeus and welcome back to another Dragonball Super video. This is going to be my Dragonball Super Manga Chapter 63 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. This was definitely a cool chapter. I know I say that every review, but this was definitely a cool chapter because it was a lot of things that stood out. A lot of things, especially Merus, right? We kind of get to see him go all out basically, and like, well, not all out because that would have made him basically vanish, and it's just like crazy that you got to see him. He definitely caught that pimp this episode, so yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get into that because the manga chapter, I mean, basically starts off where it left off, and Mirror shows up on the battlefield, and he just being like, I know I talked all this shit about Mirror at first, like, but it was just like, I just noticing, like, to me, he's the coolest angel there was, and stuff like that. It just really just stood out to me, like, yeah, he's kind of cooler than the other guys to me. But so basically, you know, like, he teleported everybody away and they're getting healed and stuff. So that, you know, Goku is basically getting healed. Vegeta is getting healed. Gohan is getting healed. Piccolo is getting healed. But Gohan actually tells, I think, Dende to hold off on him and heal everybody else first. And he's like, kind of talks about how him healing Goku is like different than, I guess, all the other times, because his like ki has reached God level. So it's like, it might be harder for him, it might take him longer and stuff like that, and I guess that's kind of like understandable, but it didn't actually happen like that. But yeah, basically while this is going on, you have, and I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we've seen Krillin in the episode. I don't know if I'm in the manga chapter, I don't know if I'm mistaken or not. But Merus and Moro. Now, this is really funny because Merus basically just pushes him into a corner. Like, Moro is definitely fighting back. At first, you don't see him using any of his divinity, right? And I guess that's understandable, because if he uses it, then he will start to vanish. And it just, like, when they was saying that, I'm just thinking, like, erased, like, you know, like Beers does, Hakai, stuff like that, or something like that. No, it's, like, way different than what you thought. And it's like, but we're gonna explain the fight. Merus is basically just going in on Moro, and Moro, well, before he starts to use, and you know, the angel halo starts to show, before he starts doing all that, he's just doing regular stuff, and he's just basically using that his staff, or that pole thing that was just like, you know, the power pole looking thing. That's kind of what it was, but it wasn't a power pole. And he was playing with this guy. He was basically making him look stupid. It was just like, to the point where it was like, yeah, you could just tell the difference, and Moro could even tell the difference in fighting power and stuff like that. And he was just like, are you some kind of deity? Are you like on some level of a deity or something like that? There's something going on. I just picked that out. Like, and another thing, I was talking to another person, please tell me if I'm mistaken, but I swear Moro didn't have those ears at first. He didn't have those goat-like ears at first, but now he does, or like whatever. Like, it, I didn't see it. Maybe I'm just tripping, and I didn't see it, but I didn't see it. And yeah, I just thought that stood out. But as they're talking about such, you have basically Goku shows up, right? And this is really cool, because it's like, you could just see Goku can just go in Ultra Instinct Omen at any point in time. And at first, when I seen it, and it's just like, you know, all the headlines, all the thumbnails, all the, you know, spoilers and stuff, and it's just like, Ultra Instinct defeated, and it's kind of like, I thought he mastered Ultra Instinct, but I guess that's not the case. The way that Goku is, when he speaks about it, it's like he still doesn't have the hang of it, so it's still like it's a problem for him. So that's like kind of one of those things that I didn't know. And also, you know, Merus is like, he's come to complete Goku's training in some type of way, and I just don't know what that is. But by the end of the manga chapter, you know, Merus basically dies, and I think that's what he means by finishing his training, because while he was in the middle of fighting Moro, or Goku was about to take over fighting Moro before he was dismantled, Merus was basically saying, if he achieves like the true mastered Ultra Instinct, I think, while he's at the level that he is, nobody will be able to defeat him, and stuff like that. And I just think that's really cool, even though that just like is a really, really, that's like a roof, like putting a cap on it or something like that. I don't know. But and Goku is just basically confused because he's just like a push, and he just like so confused. And that's why I said at the end, I guess the end of Goku's training was Merus pushing him to that point to become the Ultra Instinct, and well, the version that he needs. And Goku was just lost, and I just feel like kind of like, because you have to understand that push, that term he's talking about, the way he's using it. You have to understand it, because if I'm not mistaken, you used it in that way too when it came to like Super Saiyan and stuff like that, or maybe that was just like an English dub thing, or maybe I'm just lost in translation or something like that. But I swear I remember something like that. And you basically have, like I said, Mira's just doing everything he possibly can. Like, he's even using the staff, like a gun. It just like breaking the crystals on Moro's hands and feet. I mean, hands and forehead, right? And that basically takes away the copying technique. I think it all starts because he tries to take Merus's techniques and stuff, and it doesn't work that way. And Merus, being the savage that he is, he just doesn't let that happen. And as you could see, the more they fight and the more they fight and the more he starts to use divinity, like he starts to become see-through and stuff like that. And in the middle of this fight, Beerus and Whis show up. You would think, well, they were definitely talking about stopping him, even though Beerus was acting like he didn't want to have anything to do with it, and he's just always thinking about food, like always. And Merus, I guess he planned for it. Like I said, the end of Goku's training was Merus dying and pushing him to that point. So he already came there knowing what he was going to do. And Beerus knew that Whis knew what Merus was going to do too. And it's just like kind of funny. Like, he's like, yeah, we're going to have to make up a excuse to the Grand Priest. And Whis is just like, yeah, we're going to have to think on that. But at the same time, you see Merus fighting Moro, and the halo starts to show and stuff like that. You start to see the aura surround him and stuff like that, and he's getting really see-through now. And it's just like that one last punch to break the crystal on his forehead was enough to like make Merus disappear, and he stopped fighting and stuff. And after he broke his crystal, and he basically was saying how he loved the galaxy, he wanted Goku to protect it and stuff like that. And then you have that super savage moment when you see Goku just hunched over, and kind of like he was when Krillin died and stuff. The Super Saiyan, the headlines and stuff are everywhere. Everybody sees it everywhere. The titles are everywhere. Everybody knows it, right? And I think that Ultra Instinct that Merus was talking about, you're about to see now. And that'll be really cool. Maybe it's not the white hair version, and maybe it's just the mastered, a better handle on the Omen version, maybe. But if it isn't, it isn't. But still though, like, I think that's what it is. And yeah, that's like gonna be super cool, because it's just like, man, I was just hoping it was another page, and I'm watching it on Viz. I'm looking at it on Viz, and I'm just like, man, every time it's so hype, they always cut to the next chapter. They're just, next time to be continued, stuff like that. That's just so you'll read the other chapter. But I'm gonna do that regardless, because I'm a Dragon Ball head, man. Always have been, ever since I was a little child. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video right here, man. I just had to get these out the way. I know I'm a little bit late, way late, but just bear with me. And yeah, but I'm gonna end the video right here. This has been my Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 63 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next video.